All right, Pat Manning is back. Page 4, lesson, last one before the homework. So, word problems, here we go. So, the Jade Restaurant has a large aquarium on display in its lobby. Yay, I love those things. The base of the aquarium is 5 feet by 2 feet. So, the base of the aquarium here is 5 feet by 2 feet. Length times width, right? Base. It's the base area, what they say. The height of the aquarium is 4 feet. So, that's my third dimension. So, I know I'm going to have cubics. How many cubic feet of water are needed to completely fill the aquarium? So I just need to know the volume of the aquarium, right? So volume equals length times width times height, right? Which equals 5 times 2 times 4. Okay, I'm just going to do 5 times 2 first. 5 times 2 is 10. 10 times 4 is 40. So this is going to equal 40 feet cubed. Easy peasy, right? Let's take a look at this one. So now going deeper, we're going to connect these two problems together. So the Pearl restaurant, they're like, hey, oh no, we're going to have a bigger aquarium. So they put in a bigger aquarium in its lobby. The base of their aquarium is 6 feet by 3 feet, length times width again, and the height is still 4 feet. So it's just bigger at the base. And it's only by 1 foot and 1 foot. Okay, by 1 foot on each side. Let's see how much bigger their aquarium is. How many more cubic feet of water does the Pearl aquarium hold than the Jade? So remember, a small change in measurement, linear measurement, big change in volume, especially when you do more than one side. So volume, again, equals length times width times height. So 6 times 3 times 4. Okay, here's one where I want to multiply 3 times 4. I want to multiply my small numbers first because 3 times 4 gives me 12. And I know my 12s, right? So I'm going to put this here. I'm going to go 6 times 12. Well, what's 6 times 12? 72. So I write that down. So I get 72. So this equals 72 feet cubed. Now look at this. We had 72 and we had 40. What a big difference for just a small change. Just a teeny, tiny, tiny, teeny, tiny change. Okay? Going this way and going that way. We had a change and so much more water is going to be required to go in there. All right. So, but again, it says what is, how much more? I need to find the difference. Anytime I'm comparing things, it's the difference that I'm trying to find. If I'm comparing things, I want to go, what's different between them? Okay. And so the difference is the answer to a subtraction problem. You got it. You've said this like a million times. So I'm going to subtract them. So my difference is 72 minus 40. 2 minus 0 is 2. 7 minus 4 is 3, right? So equals 32 feet cubed of difference. Of diff. All right. So, I mean, it's almost double in size. For that 1 foot here and 1 foot there, I get almost twice as much water. Cray, cray. Okay, let's take a look at this one. So Eddie measured his aquarium, man, a lot of fish. His aquarium using a small fish food box because Eddie's got a lot of time on his hands. So the box has a base area of 6 inches. So it says base area. I want to draw your attention to that. It says base area. What is area? Area is length times width. So I've already got the base. This is the B, right? It says base area. Up here it said the base of the aquarium is 6 feet by 3 feet. It didn't give me an area. Here it's already been multiplied. So it's one less step I have to take. And a height of 4 inches. So remember, area equals length times width equals 6. Okay? All right, and 4. So I got that. Eddie found that the volume of his aquarium was 3,004. So his volume of the aquarium is 3,456 cubic inches. How many boxes of fish food could you fit in the aquarium? Explain your answer. So look, we got to find, of course, what first? Volume of the little fish food box, right? And in order to answer the age-old question of how many of these fish food boxes will fit in here, you got to think about it like this. If I want to fit a whole bunch in there, I want to know how many. One way to do it is to put a whole bunch in there and then take them out one at a time. If I'm repeatedly taking something out, I'm repeatedly subtracting. What expression is that? Or what operation is that? That's division, right? So in order to get this, we're going to end up dividing to see how many boxes will go in there. So let's get the volume of the little box, which is 6 times 4, which is 24. 24 inches cubed. Okay. Why is it just 6 times 4? Because 6 is the area. It's already done length times width. Okay, I don't know, it's probably like 2 by 3, right? Something like that. 6 by 1, that'd be kind of a weird shaped box. So 24 inches cubed. This is the food box. I'm gonna write label it FB equals volume equals that. Okay. Now, if I want to find out how many of those I can fit in there, another way you can think about it is I'm subtracting volume as each box I put in there until I'm out of volume, right? So I have to take 3,456 and divide it by 24. So there's no, getting around this one. We just got to do it. So I know that 24 will not go into 3. It's going to go into 34. And it's going to go in how many times? Just once. You can almost tell that, right, by looking at it, right? 2 times 4 would be 48. So that won't work. Minus 24. 4 minus 4 is 0. 3 minus 2 is 1. And then I'm going to bring down my 5. I get 105. So how many 24s would go into 105? If I don't know, what number do I guess? Always 5, right? Because it's not going to be more than 9, right? And it's not going to be less than 1. So, well, it could be, but that would be like the very, very fine. Well, no, it could be 0. So it's not going to be less than 0. It's not going to be negative. All right. So if I don't know, I'm going to guess. And so I'm going to guess 5 over here first. 24 times 5. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 2 is 10. Plus 2 is 12. So I know that that's too many. Right, 120, and I only have 105. And because that's 20, if I take off 20, I know that this will work. I'm gonna put a 4 here. 25 times 4, or 24 times 4, sorry. 4 times 4 is 16. Okay, I'm carrying my 1. 4 times 2 is 8, plus my 1 is 9. I'm gonna get 96. So I'm gonna subtract 96. 5 minus 6, can I do that? No. So I'm gonna borrow, I got a 0 next door. I can't do that. So I'm gonna put a box around my 10, and I'm gonna cross that out and make that a 9, and then a 1 right there. So I've got 15 minus 6, which is 9, and 9 minus 9, which is, of course, 0, okay? I'm sorry that you can't see that, but it just kind of gets a little messy when they make me borrow across zeros, right? Just go next door, box that up, and what's 1 less than that? Put that above that and the 1 over there, okay? Just like I did. Rewind and watch that again if you need to. Bring down my 6, and yay, it's a 96. I know that is going to be 4 times. I'm going to put a 4 there. Minus 96, and that's 0. So he can do it. He can fit 144 boxes in the aquarium. Explain my answer. I take the volume of one food box, right? And use it to divide the total volume. Okay, I'm going to repeatedly put boxes in, which would be a multiplication thing, which I can do. I can multiply 144 by, what I would do is I would multiply 144 by 24 to check my answer, right? That means putting them in. I'm gonna pretend like I have them all in. I'm gonna repeatedly take them out. That's how I get my answer. Okay, lastly, Manuel stores his favorite CDs. Does anybody even know what CDs are anymore? In a box like the one shown. Use the numbers and symbols to write a formula so to represent the volume of the box. So, like always, symbols don't even worry about this. If you know what the formula is, just write the formula. And then you can double check it afterwards, but whatever you think and you write it down, if you know your stuff, it's going to be here. So I know that volume is length times width times height. So I'm going to go volume equals, well, what's my length? 15, 10, and 7. Does it matter the order? It only would if they're like being, very stringent on this, because this is on the bottom and it's a picture. So I'm going to go ahead and go 15. That's my length. My width is going back times 10, and my height is going up. That's 7. And what is the volume of the box? So then we've got to multiply all these numbers out. So I'm going to go let's go 15 times 10. 15 times 10 times 7. I'll put it over here. What's 10 times 15? 150 times 7, right? And so I'm going to write it all out. I can multiply 7 times 15 and add a 0 later, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it this way. 150 times 7. 7 times 0 is 0. 7 times 5 is 35. 7 times 1 is 7 plus 3 is 10. I get 1,050. And here it says cubic centimeters. That's the other way to write it, or cubic cm, right? For sure. All right, homework's coming up.